Boom, boom, boom. Alrighty, you wild outlaw jewelry enthusiasts out there. Benny back in the spot, guys. Welcome to Boom Jewelry Designs Jewelry Adventures. Today we have a really special adventure. We're gonna make a bracelet. I don't know how it's gonna turn out yet, but we're gonna use a piece, the fork prongs, guys. See these fork prongs right here? Now, what I do is I have silverware. I clipped the handles off, and I made this. I made a silver bar. I'd use some other scraps to make this 5/8 melt. I use this for ring shanks in a video right here. For this video right here, I show how I use kind of a partial melt to make really cool textured ring shanks, like in this video right here, if you guys want to check that out. What I've learned, guys, is just like many Native Americans, we use every part of the buffalo after the hunt, guys. So here I use the handles for melt, and sometimes for other jewelry, like for rings. I'll keep some handles around so I can make some cool ornate ring shanks. Sometimes I just melt them down, make bars. Today we're gonna roll these out, guys. We're gonna roll these out into rectangle or square wire, into square wire, and we're gonna do probably 4 of these, and we're gonna make a bracelet idea out of these. I'm gonna use prongs, I'm gonna use silver dust, and I'm gonna use some scrap. I'm gonna make some half spheres. So I'm gonna show you guys that process, guys. So let's go over to the rolling mill. I'm gonna put this to the side here, but let's go to the rolling mill and let's roll one of these out so you can see that process. So yeah, guys, thanks for joining. Subscribe if you're not already part of the jewelry adventure family that we have here at Boom Jewelry Designs, Juanitosville. By the way, guys, I call the people out there Juanitosville because it's just kind of fun. A fun little family that I've created in my mind of all the online people, and you're part of Juanitosville, so welcome, guys. Let's get to work. You know what it is. On two. Ready? Break! All right, hombres, we are here. We have the prong from the fork, and we're just gonna put it into this, let's see, maybe the second one. Just run it through. Ooh, a little squeaky on my wooden handle here, friends. We're just gonna kind of squeeze this down until it gets a square, turns into a little square, and it'll kind of find its orientation. I will fast forward through this so you don't have to hear me talk and just see the process, and you'll see how this will eventually. Real quick, let's just see how long this is before I get too deep into it. We're about 50 millimeters. But we're about 50 millimeters right here, so let's just see where we're at. Let's just go. Through there, and we got to 165 millimeters. So it's stretching pretty fast there towards the end. We're gonna nail this, or we're gonna take it, and then we're gonna, we have 4 of these. We're gonna put 4 of these together, and we're gonna make something happen. So let's go over to the soldering block, and let's start designing, guys. Okay, friends, here we are, guys. Check this out. I have this half sphere. It's a sphere. Basically, I call these balls. We have some balls here. They're not balls as far as being round at the bottom. But I also have my little container here that I keep stuff. In case you never know when you might need some stuff. So I have some silver half spheres. I have some fine silver half spheres. But check these out. I got some big ones. Can we use these? Got a couple big ones. These are all pretty big. I might do some small ones. So this is 4 of those prongs, guys. A typical bracelet is probably around 5 1/4 with the cuff, with the gap for the cuff. So about 5 1/2, I guess, would be typical. So we're gonna make this a little big because these are gonna bend and they're gonna probably shorten up a little bit. So let's make a couple extra balls, and then we will do some scraps and some dust, and we're gonna do something epic, I think, guys. This is gonna be a freestyle, but you guys are along for the adventure, so this is a legit adventure. So let's roll. Just gonna make a couple balls here just so you guys can see how I do it. Then I totally take the heat away, let it kind of solidify. Still red, then I'll pinch it without it bending, but I'll get it off its footprint, because it'll want to stick to the backboard. These out of the way. I think we're gonna fuse all these. All right, guys, I got both sides down like that. Now I'm just gonna put them together and just kind of massage them so that they become homies. Five and pretty close to 5 1/4. Let's just go random. Side, 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 side. Four more, friends. Okay, stage one, we're just gonna blast this. And you can see the silver kind of lay into each other, almost become one mass. Seeing it become one. That didn't. Oh shoot, that came off. That's alright, that's alright. That's my first casualty. Sometimes that happens. Not a big deal. Alright guys, I think I'm looking at all the spots where I think I wanted them. Maybe right here might be... I think I got it. Let's take a look at that, guys. Oh man, my eyeballs are drying up. I forgot to blink. I hate when I do that. Let's go right here. Separate from the block. Okay. What do you guys think? Is that dumb? Or is that cool? 2 casualties right there, right there. I got a little... Probably because they were so far apart. I don't know. But that's okay. Sometimes that's what happens. We'll take that. We'll put that right there. I'll probably take some of these ends and then put them in here, because the ultimate vision is going to be pretty cool, but it's in my mind. But you have to stick around to the end. You guys already saw the thumbnail. You guys know what I'm doing. But I'm going to show you how we get there. So now I'm going to go just on my metal block and then just hit it with my mallet to flatten it out. Okay, that's what we're looking at right there. We're going to try to implement these scraps. Can this go? Who knows? That's not good. A bit of flux. I don't know why. I think it's just, I've seen it a lot, so I do it. Superstition, I guess, at this point. Let's go. High heat, keeping the flame a nice distance, and we're going to fuse these pieces on, and whatever isn't, everything looked like it was connected, guys. So... Everything's there. Let's observe. Let's observe. Okay, this is where we are, guys. Look at that. I feel pretty good about that. I'm gonna take it to the pounding block and just like hit it with my mallet, and I'll bring you guys right back. All right, friends, we're about to get a little freaky and a little silly here. Man, you guys probably think I'm a psycho, but this is what I'm gonna do, friends. I'm gonna get my sawdust, and I'm just gonna drench this with sawdust. I will just use the old school. That way, is that gonna be... More surface. Unsubscribe and block. This might be an utter disaster. I've never seen anybody dumb enough to do this, so that's why sometimes you guys are just here, because you're like, dang, Benny's gonna do some dumb shit today, and I'm gonna learn from it. I'm gonna learn from his pain. Are you guys feeling that? Are you picking up what that's putting down, friends? Now, because I'm a little bit of experienced in this fusing this dust, I know it's going to shrink. It's going to shrink, friends. Little Chad Parker. Shout out to Chad Parker. Jewelry silversmith. Teacher. Content creator. I'm guessing he's probably a master. I'm guessing he's a master. They say 10,000 hours for mastery, friends. I don't know. 10,000 hours. I'm not a master at screwing up. Here we go, guys. Let's go. All right, guys. I got everything kind of toasty. Now I'm going to just work on one side and then just work my way back. If you guys have seen any of my videos where I work with this dust, we wait for it to look like shiny snow, and it starts to relax into itself and turn into silver mass. So I'm going to start on this side over here. This block is the same block I had when I first got my first started doing jewelry, and it's held out for all these years. And it's kind of like, if I'm going to do fusing or really get reckless with stuff, I'll do it on this block. I like it because it's not very dense, so it doesn't suck in a lot of heat. Get this heat nice and in here, guys. Let's trap this heat in here. So we got the west side taken care of. We're gonna go focusing on the north and the east side right here. There we go. Okay. Now that we got that off, let's get another blast. This might be a mistake, but I'm gonna go ahead and flip this over and then heat it from the bottom. Take it off that footprint. All right, Johnny's. Woo! Losing my mind over here, friends. Let's go. Okay. Got a little something there. I'm going to let this cool off and we'll see what we need to do. I'm guessing we need to reheat it, but we're going to add some more elements to it, so we will do it in that process. All right, friends. We clean that off. We're going to get our spinner block back up here with our honeycomb little thing, and we're going to, I might leave this out here because I like the way that heat was able to like keep the heat down in there. And so at this point, friends, we're going to go ahead and add, and I don't know what this is sitting up, so it's going to get good heat, but let's try to add some elements. Am I foolish? Am I a fool? I just might be a fool, friends. Okay, friends, I am not here to hold out on you guys. This other one broke off, so I might do those on the bend. This one broke off. I think this dust might be too thick, and I want to get it more molten and for it to, but the issue guys is these thin rails. I melted that one, and almost melted it right here. The problem is, guys, is the thin rails, you can get it hot enough to, you need to get it hot enough to melt the thickness, but not hot enough to melt the thin rails. And I just don't think that that's probably structurally or ideally where you want to be, guys. So we're just going to go with one of these numbers. We're going to give it a bend. I'm going to do it right here. Normally I do this not like on my lap, but I'm going to do it right here for you guys so we could see the disaster. I think these are all going to pop off. Let's start in the middle. Well, so far so good, guys. Alright, guys, don't make fun of my pajama pants, but we're going to go right here so you guys can see. I totally expect this to all crumble. Oh, shoot, yeah, dude, this is whack. This is all crumbling off. Well, let's just see what we got. That broke. Yeah, this is a super dumb idea. That's why you've never seen it before. All right, Juanitosville. So after about 100 episodes, we have our first epic failure. Our first failure. The first one that is just not going to work. And let me explain to you why I think this won't work. Too much skinny mass, little mass right next to big, thick mass that needs to be fused. This is just a cookie crumbling off. This is, yeah, not epic. Not an epic success, guys. These balls did not fuse into the thing. Some of those are in there pretty good. I think it's possible, but I just don't think this one is the one, because we broke it off right here. Unless I made it smaller, I could probably try to polish this turd, but, and I think I will. I think I'm going to continue to try to polish this turd, and I'll put on the end video, the music video debut of this piece. We'll see what we turn into, but I'm gonna just blast the beans out of it and just hope that we get some kind of something out of it. I might repair this. I don't know what I'm gonna do, guys, but right now I'm feeling very defeated, and I just feel like it was not a very wise idea logistically, with all the heavy heat that's required to get this to cake in right next to some fine wire that's probably 18 gauge maybe. Yeah, 14 gauge maybe. It's just not a very smart idea, guys. But I'm gonna keep trying to work on this. We'll see if I can salvage it, but I'm gonna call this an epic failure at this time, and we'll see where we're at. But yeah, sorry guys, 100 videos in, finally had a major failure. But sometimes you have to push super duper hard to see about where you are. So, all right, buddies. Thanks for watching. I'm Benny. I'm out. Peace. All right, Juanitosville, back in the spot, friends. If you guys are fans of my channel, you guys know I don't give up easy. And let's show you guys what it is, friends. Now, let me discuss this a little bit. Many pieces crumbled off because I didn't get quite the fusing that I needed. And so I just let it crumble off. And this is what it is, guys. Not what I expected, but also better than I expected in many ways. Let me explain why and what I learned. Whenever I did the mounds of silver, for one, I want the silver wires to be as close to the soldering block as possible so that there's not a lot of mass. And when I poured the silver, instead of making big mounds, I should have flattened it out to get it just so that it's thinner, because what was happening was the top of it and the bottom of it was fusing, but the inside was crusty still. It was like sandy dust. It didn't, the mass was too big. The heat wasn't penetrating all the way. And with these skinny wires right next to it, it was really difficult. And I did break some of the wires. So even out your mounds. If you're going to do that, make sure your wire is as close to the soldering block as possible so that there's not a lot of space. And that's what I learned, guys. So on this one, this is what it is. And I did do some soldering. I soldered this to this, this to this. I soldered this down because that had come up. I had to put some little solder spots in little places where I soldered this to this right here so that it would connect. I already said I soldered that down to the wire below it. I think I soldered that. Probably about 4 or 5 soldering spots where I did solder, just so that it was solid. And it is solid, guys. Listen. There's no like jingly or like, it sounds like tin. If it's not quite connected, it'll sound like tin. So this is a little test. Just flick it with your fingernail. And if it feels like a little vibration, if it doesn't feel solid, then you know that it's not. But that's it, guys. This is, I'm going to still put a boom probably tag on the outside right there for my, my branding, because I didn't boom the inside of it at all. It still has a lot of cleaning to do, but it's going to work, friends. Guys, I'm so sorry that I felt so defeated right before this video, back before I kind of started working on it some more. I was really feeling like it was a failure and I made a poor design choice, and now I'm feeling like I made a good design choice. It's not, it's for a specific client, guys. This is going to be really cool for the right person, but it's possible, guys. So just stay positive. Keep pushing forward. If things don't work out in the beginning, doesn't mean that they're not going to work out towards the end. But I just kept, I cried a little bit. I kind of was like curled in the corner with a wet sheet, just like rocking back and forth, holding myself for a little while until I remembered who I am. And I am a survivor, and I'm a push forwarder, and I go, friends. So I hope that was a little bit inspirational for you guys. To learn. Sometimes you're just, when you're doing stuff that's never been done before, that you've never seen before, sometimes you just have to just go with it, guys. You just have to be brave out there. And I think that's what this channel is really all about, is bravery and working hard to just not give up. All right, friends. So, this is going to be polished, and you'll see it on his music video debut right after this. Thanks for hanging around. Sorry I kind of lost my confidence there for a little bit, but sometimes as artists that happens. So it's real out here, friends. We're staying loyal to the soil, always leaning toward moving forward, not always just hanging on like a hubcap in the fast lane, but sometimes we are, guys. But we got to keep it groovy like a drive-in movie, and always going, never slowing. Let's go, friends. All right, guys, you know what it is. Thanks for hanging out. Jewelry Adventures, Boom Jewelry Designs. Hit me up on Instagram at Boom Jewelry Designs, all one word, at Boom Jewelry Designs on Instagram. You can find me over there, and of course boomjewelrydesigns.com. You can see my gallery and come check out some of the stuff that I'm doing. Share your Instagrams, guys, and share your websites, share your stuff. I want to see your guys' stuff. It inspires me, guys. So friends out there, thank you so much for hanging out. You know what it is, you know who it is. It's Benny, and I'm out. Peace.